Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to iHeart Sports. In this video, we're going to start switching things up. All season long, every morning, we've been doing a full MLB games review. Starting to get to that point where I'm just kind of like, I don't want to talk about the Rockies versus Washington. I don't want to talk about other teams like Pittsburgh versus Miami. It's kind of pointless, and honestly, it's not bringing in a lot of people to talk about, so it's losing the drive for me. So from this video on, I'm just going to talk about the games that matter. Every morning we're going to focus in on the teams that are left in the wild card race and the playoff race. There's a couple divisions still not up for grabs, but like for the White Sox, Tampa Bay Rays, Milwaukee Brewers, we're not really going to talk about them unless they're playing a game that matters in the rest of the race, because they got the season locked up and we'll see them come playoff time. So morning show now going to be focused on the playoff races. I think it'll keep it a little more interesting, et cetera, et cetera. So if you want to follow along for the playoff races every morning, we're going to do these videos. Make sure you go down there, subscribe to the channel, and like the video so we can keep doing it. Interestingly enough, MLB has thrown up a new style of box score, which honestly looks a little cool. I'm going to have to change so it fits a little better on the screen, but wasn't ready for that today. But first game of the night, that the wild card race, is the Yankees. 8-0 over the Cleveland Indians. It's a big win for the Yankees, and they take back that second wild card spot as the Jays lose. Boston holding on to that top wild card spot. They only have a half-game lead. They have another series up against the Yankees coming up. And this one, Yankees got out to a 1-0 lead in the second, added one in the fourth. Gallo starting to show his worth. He led the team with 2 home runs. He's up to 37 on the season. Judge hits his 35th. Gardner his 9th, and Stanton his 29th. So the long ball was out live and well for the Yankees. They really got to play sec in this one. Corey Kluber making a match out against his former team, going 6-0 earned runs and 4 Ks, giving up a couple of hits. Plesac gives up 2 home runs, 5 earned runs, and 6 Ks in the loss. It's a big win for the Yankees heading into this weekend. Next game up, we have the Twins 7, Blue Jays 3. Matt, what's up, my friend? Blue Jays lose a big one here. They're having 10 games left in the season, 7 of them which were against the Twins, and 3 of them against Baltimore. Of the 10 lower ranked players, they need to win. Ryu has not been himself of late, and the Jays were up 2-1 after the second inning, but the Twins had a monster third inning where Polanco hits his 31st, Donaldson his 23rd, and Sano his 29th. 3 home runs in that inning for the Twins really get them out to a 6-2 lead. We see Vlad take the home run lead with his 46th of the season, but by then it's not looking good. Ryu's just kind of struggling. It's a little bit maybe of the American League starting to wake up to what he's all about. He's getting older and stuff like that. So Jays really want Ryu to come along if they're going to make a run at it. He went 2 innings pitched, 5 earned runs, giving up a couple of homers. Pineda, 5.2, giving up 1 earned run. That home run to Vladdy, and the rest is done. Jays need to find some ways to win. This American League East / wild card race is just so tight. You can't be losing games when you need to win. Of course, you're not going to win them all. So Jays looking for a bounce back today against the same Twins. On top of that, I'm just going to say Donaldson making a return to the Rogers Center. He got a standing ovation and hit a home run on them. So interesting to see there. Red Sox 7, Orioles 1. And at first, the Orioles had a lead off the bat of Hayes, who's been hitting home runs and hitting RBIs left and right as of late. But Boston came out immediately in the bottom of the second, took the lead back, and in the fourth took some insurance when Dahlback hit his 4th, and they didn't really look back after that. The offense came play. Orioles struggled offensively, and of course their bullpen and that gave up more runs as per usual. Aiken goes 4 earned, 3 Ks. Sale now 4-0 on the season. He goes 5, 1 earned run, and 1 home run given up to Hayes. Boston's got to feel pretty confident if they get into that wild card spot that Sale, he's going to be in prime form to be able to give them a good outing in a wild card matchup Interestingly enough, all the teams battling kind of have that guy in that situation. I'm going to go over sticking with the American League. I'm going to switch over to the Seattle Mariners, who picked up a win last night to maintain pace on the wild card. They're not feeling the farthest team back, I think 4 games out, but if they can win 10, 12 in a row, they're definitely in the hunt. And they got out early in this one. They were up 4-0 after 4. Kellenic carrying the teams most of the way. He had multiple home run nights. He's now up to 12 on the season. He's just heating up. He's 171 batting average still. So they're looking for him to turn the corner, and maybe this is a part of it. But they're picking up a win where they need it. On the other side, Hunter Dozier hits his 13th, but they are already down pretty significantly when that came in, down 5-1. He made it 5-2. Seattle brought it a little bit closer. Chris Flexen, 5.21 and 3 Ks, and Heasley, 4 runs and 2 strikeouts for them. Mariners pick up a much-needed win to stay in this race. And yeah, the last game on the American League side, we're not going to talk about Houston, all them. They got the division leads. Athletics pick up a win. So everybody wins in the American League wild card race except the Blue Jays, who fall out of that spot, so they're now half a game back. Athletics find a big win. They were actually down 4-2 after 2. They took a quick lead in that second, and then the Angels piled it on themselves when Suzuki hits a solo shot, his 5th of the season. Oakland comes back late, though. We see them come back, put up 2 in the 6th, and that's pretty much all they generated it, most of it. Davis, Crush Davis, 2-hit night for him. We have Olsen, a 2-hit RBI night as well, who leads the way. Irvin goes 6, 1 earned run, 3 Ks, whereas Diaz and the Angels throw out a bullpen style of games, etc., etc. The Rays put on a show last night. Is that so? I didn't follow them too much. What was the show that they put on? Mets and Brett Phillips. You're going to have to let me know what happened there. We're going to switch over to the National League playoff race. There's a couple big games in that aspect. The Reds taking a big win. The Reds have really just struggled lately down the stretch, and they're taking a win over the Dodgers, which makes it even more important. Not just the Dodgers, Buehler as well. Reds got out to a lead here in the 5th. They no home runs. They're just generating some runs. Big bottom of the lineup. Farmer having a nice multi-hit, multi-RBI night. And we have Barnhart hitting the other RBI home. Buehler and the Dodgers don't get any runs until the last inning where it doesn't matter. Buehler goes 6-3 and runs 5 Ks. He's going to get the loss. Castillo, now 8-15 on the season. This guy has been all over the place this season long. 6.1. He got 10 strikeouts, no earned runs. It's a big win. The Giants are going to end up winning this one too, so the Dodgers missed that chance to tie up the division by losing, and the Reds maintain pace. In the wild card race, there's that one spot that everyone's fighting for, but we'll get to that in a second when we go look at the standings at the end of the show. Phillies 4, Mets 3. We got a bunch of Mets fans in here. Rough night for the Mets. In extras after coming back 4-1 in the 9th. Oh, there's another one of those situations where the Rays just had a big comeback to finish the season. So Belly's been rough. But let's get back to this one. Phillies 4, Mets 3, and the Mets did bring it close by the end of it. They exchanged early runs with Philly, putting up 1 in the 2nd. The Mets 1 in the 4th. Home runs coming from Brad Miller, his 19th, coming in the 15th. In the 5th inning, that gave the Phillies a lead 2-1 at the time. They add a couple more in the 7th and 8th. For the Mets try to make a comeback in the 8th, putting up 2 of their own, but they fall a run short. Of all the team, there's a lot of single hits from the Philly side of it. Not too much going on that. Wheeler goes 5, 1 run, 6 Ks. He gives his team perfect chance to win, and believe it or not, the Phillies bullpen comes in, actually can close the door. It got a little dicey there with Archie Bradley giving up 2 earned runs, but Kennedy comes in and pulls off his 23rd save of the season. Taijuan Walker goes 5, 2 earned runs, giving up a home run, and then the bullpen comes in, and they're throwing out Brad Hand still. Brad Hand still manages to find his way onto the field every so often, which I still find pretty amusing. But Phillies maintaining a pace in the wild card race, and we'll look at how that turned out shortly. What else do we got here for the National League? We got 2 more games to look at. We got this one was big impact on the wild card race. The Cardinals 8, the Padres 2. The Cardinals, they had taken over that last spot in the wild card, and the Padres, of course, with a story all season falling out. And in this one, we see it again. The Cardinals get out to a quick lead, and they've been hot. O'Neill hits a 2-run shot in that first inning. It's 27th of the season. They get out 3-0 lead. They add another one in the 4th when Carlson hits his 15th or his 14th. He had 2 on the night. He gets up to 15. But the Padres just can't get anything going. No home runs. Slam Diego seems to be dead in their shoes. They did bring it as close as 4-2. But then there was a huge 4-run 8th inning again, led by Carlson, who had a grand slam in that one. He had quite the night with 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. Mikolas goes 5.20 earned runs, 3 Ks. Good outing for him. The rotation's starting to come together for the Cardinals, and they see Cabrera come in for the hold. Reyes in for the hold. No save opportunity because they got the huge lead. Velasquez, who just recently signed for the Padres, that's how desperate they are for starting pitching. He goes 4 earned runs, giving up a couple of home runs. The Padres finding themselves out of the race a little bit. Last playoff race game we're going to talk about. Giants 6, Braves 5, and Braves are holding on to the National League East by the skin of their teeth, and same with the Giants. Both these teams holding on to their divisions. And with the Phillies winning, the Braves lead gets a little bit tighter, and the Giants win while the Dodgers lose. So they gain that game back that they lost yesterday. And believe it or not, this game was basically, how do we get over to the first couple innings? They've changed this around, so I can't even look at the first 2 innings on the box score, which is this is dumb. The new system they got here, I don't know what to do. But yeah, there were a lot of runs scored in the first inning. I can't really look exactly at this time how it went. But the 9th innings where it really heated up. The Braves hit a 3-run shot at the time that gave them a 5-4 lead. And that was coming off the bat of D'Arnaud, his 7th of the season. But then in the bottom, the Giants do salvage it with a home run of their own. Solano hits a solo shot to send it to extras, and that's when the Giants find the win. Logan Webb is going to get charged, or that's not Logan Webb, that's the Braves side. Webb on the Braves side is going to get charged with the loss. Logan Webb for the Giants, he went 7, 2 earned runs, 9 Ks. This guy very well could potentially be their wild card pitcher the way he's been pitching. Should it go to that, we see Rogers get his 6th blown save of the season, giving up that 3-run shot. Of course, that's the Giants' big win for them. So let's go jump and take a look at the standings just after yesterday. I'm going to look quickly at the 2 division races. We have the Phillies, who are now 2 games back from the Braves. Who knows? Phillies 3-game winning streak, 3-game losing streak. I kept saying it. The Braves pretty much had it locked up. Maybe they don't at this point. And then in the other division, we have both clinched, but 2 games back now for the Dodgers. Now let's take a look at the wild card in the American League side. All the teams won except the Blue Jays, who have now dropped half a game out of the race. We have Seattle 3.5 back, the furthest back, but still very much in the hunt, depending on how things go. The Yankees taking that 2nd spot up. And then looking at the west side, Cardinals still holding on to that last wild card spot, winning against the Padres, who have now dropped to a game and a half. Reds won as well. They're on a 2-game winning streak. They're 1 game out. So this is getting tight. Phillies, they're the last team back there with 2.5, 3 wins in a row. Technically, they're closer to winning their division because they're only 2 games back, but kind of think of them as the Braves/Phillies. I guess realistically, the Mets still have a chance of being 6 games out, but losing 4 in a row now, it's starting to look a lot more grim. They have to hop 4 teams, which, let's be honest, catching 6 games on 4 teams, very, very difficult. What are you guys saying out there? I kind of want to see Belly get to 100. Yeah, rough one for the Mets. Mets just couldn't get things going this season. It's been super rough for them. It's been a rough season. Probably it for the Mets, yeah. Both teams put up 2 in the first. Giants put up another in the second. Okay, thanks for that. I don't know why the MLB. I like It's kind of sharp, the new box score they did, but I got to get used to what's going on there. Cards with the +1 run differential on the season. Yeah, it's pretty fun to look at. It's interesting because people always point to the Blue Jays run differential as, oh, they're the better team, they're the better team. If one being plus 171 doesn't get you in the playoff, there's a problem in there, and that's something that should be addressed. We also have a -61 run differential team in the Mariners that could possibly make the playoffs, and they're in the hunt. That's just goes to show run differential isn't everything. Sure, you can pile it on when you're up big, but in those tight, close games, that's the ones that matter. And definitely when it comes to playoff race. There you guys have it. First time we're doing a little playoff action episode. We're going to keep doing these the rest of the week, or rest of the season. It should be a little shorter, and it will be focused on the games that matter. Thanks for everyone dropping by. We'll see you guys out there for that next video. Peace out.